nomination. Senator Hawley.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to add my agreement with Senator Lee's remarks about Ms. Robinson. And in particular, I want to come back to the Paquette case. I asked Ms. Robinson, or Ms. Paquette rather, or Ms. Robinson, why in representing Ms. Paquette, she thought it was acceptable to try and use the coercive power of the state to force Catholics, devout Catholics, to print cards, in this case, pro-abortion cards, pro-abortion messages that directly contradicted their religious faith. I was struck by her answer because she gave the same answer as Senator Cruz. She said, actually, this was a doctrinal dispute, that her clients were also Catholics, and they felt that the printers in question, the Catholic printers in question, were misinterpreting their church's doctrine, and so for that reason, since it was a doctrinal dispute, it was okay to use the power of the state to force these printers to print the message. That doesn't make it better, that makes it worse. I mean, this is essentially saying that the state is fine and should intervene in doctrinal disputes within a church and adjudicate what the proper outcome is, the proper doctrine, and then force the parties, the adherents of the faith, to follow the court's interpretation. I mean, it's really, really disturbing. Can I just say, by the way, for the record, that's a gross misstatement of what the Supreme Court has repeatedly said is the court's role in any kind of religious dispute. The court never takes a position on intra-religious disputes. And, of course, we've until recently had a long tradition of not forcing adherents of a faith to violate their own faith in order to deliver a particular message. And I would finally just add that I agree with Senator Lee that the description of the Catholic printers in this case, their behavior, their adherence to their religious beliefs as being invidious, as being pernicious, and as being akin to racial discrimination is really a slur on those good folks and a slur on religious believers who are just following the teachings of their church, as they were in this case, in choosing not to make a statement. This is a speech act, in choosing not to endorse a particular viewpoint and in choosing to make a speech act that's consistent with their own faith. So for those reasons, including the others offered by Senator Lee, I'm going to oppose her nomination.
If no one else seeks recognition.
I could just make one slight comment. I know a lot about Catholic printers in Vermont. I think of the Leahy Press, owned by my mother and father, devout Catholics, as am I, and I strongly support her. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.